Yep. Okay. Cool. All right, everything's updated. We have scoring.
All right, so sorry, I'm finishing typing something real quick.
Good for you. What are you typing?
Oh, just reply to someone on Reddit about stuff.
Oh
No,
god, I do not engage in comments. I probably should.
this is an actual healthy, good conversation. It's just, it's about Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, the basketball player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
So at the end of the year, I am going to not renew my website hosting. So we're gonna for season 50, we're gonna have to change how we publish the podcast. I'll probably just I'm doing it on YouTube already, so it's showing up in all of the Android podcasty stuff, and I'm just gonna submit it on Spotify, and that'll be fine.
talk to John. I mean, I just don't ever remember how to. Sorry, I finished my thing. I don't ever remember how to publish to the website.
His website or my website?
His website. I don't ever remember how to do it.
Yeah, there was last time I did it for the anime show. There was like he had me submit to SoundCloud, and then embed that in the thing. I was just like, this is more steps than it needs to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, talk to him. Maybe you can help it. Like, I'm sure he doesn't want it to be as many steps as it is. Remember, he inherited this from Devin, and Devin had no idea what he was doing. So if you got a better idea, help a bud out.
Yeah. Yeah, you're still doing Yakety Cast and Podcastica. I guess so.
Yeah. I'm a regular yakety caster.
Oh, really?
Except for listener.
Oh, okay.
Or anything.
I was gonna say if you're on it, then I'll start listening.
It's how I keep up to date with some of the stuff that I don't watch. Sorry, I'm putting this stuff in the document now. I watch trailers, so I often don't find out a movie's coming out until shortly before it comes out, or until it's left theaters sometimes. So it's good to have them talk about trailers and stuff. I don't really care about the music so much, just because I've never really cared about music. I mean, I like it. I'm not a monster or anything, but when they're talking about all these albums, I'm like, yeah, I got no idea who any of these people are.
Dude, has it really been a year since the last episode of Talkadoo?
Yeah, probably. I don't think we're coming back. It's fine. I mean, I'm happy to do it or whatever. It's just timing and everything. I'm trying to. There we go. I'm trying to click and drag my finger. There we go. But it keeps trying to highlight stuff instead.
It's tough because shows like that, even though, like, ostensibly you're making a show that you're publishing for somebody else in the world to listen to, but in reality, it's just a good excuse to hang, like this show.
Yeah.
Like if we didn't do the show, I doubt we would maintain a weekly call with regularity to talk about Survivor, right? And then hang out.
Yeah, because even when we're playing video games, I mean, we haven't played Divinity in a month, so
yeah.
Fucking
life.
That's fine. It's good. It's good. Things are. I put too many M's in Unity, and apparently I misspelled Chiron. But I don't know how it's actually spelled. Oh, actually, maybe it'll auto. Fuck you. There we go.
Maybe it'll auto fuck you. Oh, there's robots for that now.
No, it wants to auto correct it to chairwoman. Well, that's not right. When you see that word, when you're reading the thing, the word is Chiron. So whatever.
I mean, anyway, a chairwoman might auto fuck you. Not like a chairwoman, like a chairperson, but if it's a chairwoman.
Lately, so the reason I said what I said is on account of lately when I've been trying to tap and hold to bring up the cursor, nothing is working lately. Like when I was doing it in the notepad, it kept trying to highlight, click and drag to highlight stuff. And when I was doing it here, it kept moving the cursor to where my finger was, the start of that word. I'm like, no, I'm trying to drag it to the middle of the word so I can delete this extra M. Come on, just do what I want you to do. I really hate the notepad feature on this. Oh well, not a tablet, an iPad, old iPad. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what this is. Let me see.
It might not be that. I mean, the thing is, iPad's pretty well supported, and they're made pretty well, so it might be old and you just don't even know.
Model A1893, but I don't know what. Actually, that would be in the about. Anyway, well, we'll worry about that later. Anyway, hi, welcome to Outwit Outplay Outcast, our podcast on the aforementioned Night of the Living Geeks Network. We're going to talk about season 49, and this was episode 7, right?
8.
Or was it 8? Season 49, episode 8, Hot Grim Reaper. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'll look it up while you read. One of you reads the thing. I'm going to look up what the settings on my tablet are.
I think it's my turn. Your iPad is 6 or 7 years old, depending on when you bought it. It came out 7 years ago and was discontinued 6 years ago. In the aftermath of Nate's ouster, I'm not saying Soph, I'm saying Sophie. I feel like they forced that name on her. Sophie and the remaining Uli members start to scramble. Juwan is still playing the field, and if it works, then I'll be the first to admit this is actually a good season. Soph throws herself on Steven and Sage, Rizzo is confident in his idol, and Savannah goes on an apology tour. Christina finds an idol, and Alex's immediate response was to talk to camera about how he'll catapult her into the sun if it gets him that idol. In case you forgot that Steven is a rocket scientist, he launches maybe 30 aerospace references in one confessional. Savannah has a breakdown and explains where her Chiron says former reporter to Steven. Then there's an early immunity plus reward challenge. It's the foot fetish challenge. Oh man, I don't know if this one is good or bad if you're a fetishist. I really don't know. In which two teams stand on as long as they can. God. It's really hard reading other people's cadence for their speech. I gotta imagine you saying this and then try to do it in your voice, but I don't want to imitate you because that'd be rude.
I mean, you could also just read the words that are on there.
I'm trying, but it's not. It's
stand on.
It's not in a cadence I would do, so it doesn't feel right coming out of my mouth. It's the foot fetish challenge in which two teams stand as long as they can. The team that wins is exempted from tribal council, and the winner gets to eat sandwiches. Editing really brings this one together, and it boils down to Savannah and Sophie so quickly in the final phase that 3 people dropped out while I typed that sentence. After 20-odd minutes, Sophie drops, giving Savannah's team immunity. Juwan, MC, Rizzo, Sage, and Sophie have to go to tribal council while everyone else gets sandwiches and Savannah gets an advantage. The tribal group wants to take out Rizzo, but needs to make him think it's going to be Sophie to keep him from using his idol. Sophie gets a little too cute for her own good, though, and tells MC she's going to put a vote on Juwan as a backup plan. MC then tells Juwan, and now Sophie really is in danger. Not much happens during Sandwich Club aside from them speculating on who will be eliminated. Savannah finds her advantage is that she gets to go to tribal council with immunity and either cast a vote or bank it as an extra vote for later. This explains why we didn't see Sandwich Club before the tribal group making their initial moves. Rizzo gains new life when Savannah arrives and lobbies for MC over Sophie, not knowing that Sophie had likely put a hole in her own boat. But considering as how Juwan didn't say anything to Rizzo, Juwan and Sophie had probably hugged it out. The plan goes well until Jeff asks Rizzo if anyone talked to him about his idol, which seems to trigger Rizzo to realize that he's actually in danger, at which point Sophie panics and the council goes live. Only Sage keeps her cool. Savannah banks her vote. Editors show us no one's vote ahead of time and no one's dialogue to camera to give any indication of what the vote will be. Most crucially, Rizzo declines to play his idol. In the end, the votes come up MC because she's too good at challenges? It feels like we're missing a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, okay, I like that they showed us them saying, "Oh no, it should be MC." Rizzo going for her and everything, but it's still, I didn't see when things turned. Is why where I'm kind of like, wait, are we missing something here?
I think the point that happens is when Rizzo tells Juwan, she played that idol last night. It really shows that she doesn't trust you, right? And that is almost exactly what Juwan said to Confessional at the beginning of the episode. And so I think...
So did Sage.
I think, yeah, but I think that statement really resonated with Jawan and made him flip. And then when Jawan flips, you know, Sage, I feel like if it's not Savannah, Sage doesn't care that much.
Yeah, I'm just yeah. I mean, it was like here's the thing. I'm ready to say that this was the first good episode of the season. I was entertained the entire way through, and we didn't have anyone mentioning that their bag had been used as someone else's bag or their water bottle had been drunk out of. There was no faux drama. It was
Yeah.
all actually like, oh yeah, okay, here's people actually doing stuff. And Savannah had her little freak out moment, but she recovered, and having somebody that she could talk to and like understand, yeah, all right, I'm being really triggered right now by being iced out, and also the fact that Soph is like actually a fan of her and talks to her and everything. I think that really helps too. So yeah, it was a good one. I enjoyed it. I just thought the ending, like the way that the final vote happened, felt a little bit odd because it goes live, and I feel like if it didn't matter, right? If it was going to be MC, maybe they should have subtitled some of what they were saying and given us a little bit more context on what that final live bit was. I don't know, just so that we knew what was going on, because otherwise people kept saying, yeah, we're sticking to the plan, we're sticking to the plan, or whatever, and then she was voted out, and it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, but it was still good. It was a good episode.
You think she talked herself out? Because they were all ready to vote. MC was the one who started the whispering.
Yeah,
I'm considering maybe they were going to not vote her out until she did that, and then they're like,
I'll put it this way: if it wasn't that it was 5-1. No, it was 4-1 because
Savannah didn't vote.
Savannah, thank you, Savannah kept her vote. But if it wasn't for the fact that it was 4-1, I would say that she dug her own grave. She talked herself into it, but because it was 4-1, I think that it was prearranged and she was just the target is all.
Fair enough.
The thing
which is
okay.
I would say, which is really annoying because, yeah, once again, Rizzo didn't play his thing, so people keep squandering these opportunities. But like in the like earlier, I would have said that as a criticism, but in this case, because they're showing us Rizzo saying, I'm going to gamble on it, and so on and so forth. I'm like, all right, he is making an affirmative decision, and they are making kind of weird decisions, to be honest with you. But whatever. Like it is gameplay that's happening, and yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I've Rizzo's been growing on me as like the lovable loser kind of way, but I really liked his gameplay this episode. Specifically the confessional where he says like coming in 10th or coming in 4th don't make any difference to me. Like he's out there to win, right? And we know monetarily there's a big difference between 10th and 4th, right?
Yeah.
But like if you're going to take the time out of your life and possibly quit your job or whatever else you need to do to make this happen, like it's not a short process. It's not a small commitment. You're going out there because you want to win, not because you want to get 4th, right? And I like that Rizzo's like, he knows no matter what he's hearing from them between now and between as soon as the challenge ends and tribal's over, anything they say, whatever decision he makes to not play his idol is a risk, no matter what they tell him, right? And he's just like, that's the risk, and you've got to risk it, like, because if you risk it and you come in 10th, or you don't risk it, and you play the thing and then you end up coming in 4th, like either way you didn't win. Right. And I like that he has that mindset now, because a lot of these people seem like they're wanting to do safe things. And he's already like, fuck it, YOLO, let's go.
I also give him credit for saying that 3rd and 2nd place do matter, because like, yeah, you got to be on the podium. That's what's important.
Yeah. He wants to make it to that final tribal council.
Yeah.
Because at that point too, final tribal, you make your case and some things can go your way and some things cannot, but at least if you got to final tribal, you can say that you were a good enough player in some aspect to make it there. And maybe you were good enough to GOAT to make it there, right? But at least you fucking did it,
So far this season, I don't see any goats remaining. Some people are playing harder than others, but everybody is trying to do something, even if it's like Sophie. I'm trying to win and compete in challenges and make some minor moves or whatever. Alex doesn't like both Alex and Soph. They have the thing of we just need to survive a little while longer. We are so far behind the eight ball, we can't make a move yet. But aligning ourselves with these groups is a way of staying in the game and making moves. So, yeah, I appreciate that part of it. This season, it's taken a lot of heat. And even last week, part of the reason why I don't know if you mentioned or not, but part of the reason why I was like, just record without me was because the consensus was the season sucks.
Yeah,
But it's turning around.
and like we were
I
saying
think,
last episode, we even said like this is a pretty cut and dry like vote. They went with the easy thing to do. Like,
yeah, this was the first. Like, I don't quite understand the thinking behind MC, but it's not the safe thing to do to get her out. I think the safe thing to do would have been Jawan or Sophie.
I think
The great
Juwan would have
thing,
been Juwan would have been pretty big because Juwan and Sage are kind of calling shots now.
yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, well, do you guys think that Jawan is doing a good job of acting in front of them? Like Sage is doing a great job of acting, in my opinion. Do you think Jawan is? Because like all the stuff we see where he's talking out his ass, or no, that's not what I mean to say. All of it where he's talking about being duplicitous and all that, he's only really saying it in confessional, and then he's like, I would say maybe saying a quarter of it to people that he really trusts.
I don't know if he's acting well, but he's definitely relying on his reputation as being bumbling. Like, oops, I grabbed the wrong bag, and oops, I took the wrong water bottle, And those oopses go a long way to, like, first impressions really matter. And those are early impressions, and that's gonna carry for a long time before people wise up, right? Just like, I don't know what season it was when there was Andrew or Andy, right?
Oh
Who,
yeah,
episode
yeah.
one, he was like, "Oh man, I don't know what happened, but my plan tonight was to betray my number one," right? And it took him fucking majority of the season until right before he got voted out to overcome that stigma, And granted, that was a way bigger faux pas than wrong bag. But
Yeah.
same kind of thing. Jawan has reinforced that kind of bumbling thing a couple times, and he's I think riding on that more than anything else.
I still think it's an act. I think he's doing it on purpose to make people think he's dumb.
The wrong bag
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, the wrong bag. I like what I kind of think is the first time genuinely was an accident. Like that has been my nightmare in the past. You know what I mean? Like doing something like that on. So I could see him doing that on accident and then realizing this is something I can capitalize on, and people can think I'm just kind of bumbling and out of it.
I
And
don't
doing
know,
it
because going from wrong bag to wrong water bottle is getting more personal in a way that I feel is uncomfortable.
yeah, maybe.
Like, I
That
don't want
reminds
somebody
me,
else touching my water bottle.
I'm really curious now that Jake's been gone for a while and everybody's shoes have stopped mysteriously moving. I'm wondering if people. Oh well, there's only
Two people.
Soph and Alex left from that tribe. But I'm just kind of wondering if they're like, hey, you know what? I think he was moving our shoes.
It was fucking Jake. What a dick. Yeah, so I don't get why they didn't still 4-stack on Rizzo and flush the idol. Because if you're debating between Sophie and MC anyway, right? And Sophie, to her credit, was ballsy enough to say, make me the decoy, right?
Yeah.
That's a real
really
ballsy proposition against an idol. Real ballsy.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't get the confessional where she talks about risking it the way that Rizzo does, but she 100% did that this episode too. And maybe her willingness to do that is what bought her another night. I don't know. But like, you have somebody who's already put their own name out there for this role, right? And after all this hullabaloo and everything, I would still be like, let's just still 4-stack on Rizzo. And if he plays it, fine, we're considering Sophie anyway. And that happens, it happens. And we flush the idol. And if we 4-stack on him and he doesn't play the idol, we flush the idol. Like, this is what, the third, or at least the second, I think it's the third episode now, where they've talked about, oh, Rizzo, because of the idol, might blah, blah, blah. Like, at a certain point, you got to make him have it.
Yeah.
It's like when you're playing the blue deck in Magic the Gathering and you're worried about the counterspell for like 5 turns. At a certain point, you got to just play the card and make them have the spell. You got to make them have the idol. You got to make them do it. And this was a good opportunity to do that, and they still didn't do it.
Yeah, this was a golden opportunity. Because, like, you're right? Like, you could even just straight up tell him, hey, Rizzo, we're putting 4 votes on you tonight. You're going to be the last vote cast, so you get to pick who goes home, but you're playing your idol. You know
I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't say that, because then he'll write down Juwan or something utterly disruptive.
Yeah, well, like, then in that case, you know, if you're Sophie or something, you don't care. You're Sage. What do you care?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
like,
but
you want to keep Juwan, but also it's kind of like, you know, if you lost him, it'd be kind of like, eh.
Yeah, but it could be you. I think this, but that's the thing, is if you do it to his face like that, then you're telling him he controls who goes home, right? And that's risky, because it could be you, right? But there was already a conversation about maybe it's Sophie. Just let it keep being a conversation about maybe it's Sophie. Let that keep it was already happening. Let it circle back to that. Just kind of naturally flow back around.
Meh.
You know what I want to know?
Hmm.
Why are all these people so unconfident in their challenge abilities? They are so goddamn afraid of Sophie for winning one fucking challenge. Like, calm down,
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah. That was a weird choice. I mean, okay, there are certain
even Rizzo was like, she's not going to win them all. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
And there's certain players where they've got every right to be not confident in their abilities, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you're not going to win. So in that case, why do you specifically care about Sophie winning? It's just not going to be you. Like, I like Christine. I think she's pretty interesting. But it's like, yeah, Christine, you're not going to win a challenge, so it's not that big of a deal.
I mean, I think Alex did articulate it in a confessional of this episode, I think, where he's like, you need to, I don't know what words he said, but he was basically saying, like, you need to craft your competition as you get closer to the end and have it be people you think you can beat in a variety of different kinds of challenges, right? And so he was like, I don't know if I can beat some of these people if we get to the end. And then eventually, I think he was on the group that ended up eating, so he didn't end up being part of this vote, but he did speak to it in a tribal for some reason. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, you know, at a certain point, like, it's not that you're worried about Sophie winning every immunity from here to the end. It's that when there's 6 players left and you're one of them, you want the other 5 to suck. Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to have somebody else who's going to push you in an endurance challenge to like hour 2. Like, then you're down on calories. You don't know if you could make that shit. Like, no, you want people who are going to fall in the first 5 minutes. That's who you want the competition to be. So it's not about what Rizzo's saying about, like, you know, she's not going to win every one. Yeah, we all know she's not going to win every one. We just don't want her to win, like, the final 6, final 5. You don't want her to win that one. That's the one you don't want her there for. And if you can do it now, just do it now.
She also seems very beatable. Like, maybe not necessarily in like an endurance thing or whatever, but she seems very beatable in other areas. So yeah, like this, there's no person in this season who is dominant. Like, I think this is going to be a season where you don't see somebody go on watch. I say this is a season where you're not going to see someone go on an extended run of like back immunity challenge wins, and then all of a sudden like Soph is going to win like 4 of them or whatever. But I mean, it seems very like anybody could win.
And I mean, it's not always the people you expect. Like the season that Rachel Lamont won, like pre-merge, she did not stand out as a challenge beast, but post-merge, she's like tied for second most female wins ever. Like, just out of nowhere was just a challenge beast exactly when she needed to be. Like, you never know. It could, Savannah out of nowhere could become a challenge beast for what they have lined up this season. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember Rachel. She was the Thai woman.
She's the one who cut the idol out of the tarp while they were all sitting in camp.
Yeah, that was the Thai lady. or
I
half
remember
time.
that,
Yeah,
but I don't remember her.
yeah,
I don't
Yeah.
remember her nationality. I just remember
yeah.
cutting that.
Well, if
I just
y'all
remember
were-
talking about how gargantuan her testicles were.
Yeah, and
Broad
how
daylight
big
with
her-
them under the tarp that you're cutting into.
I was gonna say how big her eyes
Oh,
were,
okay.
but that's the
I looked at a
the
picture. Like, oh yeah, her.
yeah.
Yeah.
The big eye person was Eliza from like way back in the day, and they cross pollinated in my brain. But anyway, whatever. Yeah. You're right. Okay. No, yeah. She's good. This was a good immunity challenge. I like that. I really like the idea of breaking them up into two teams of five, so that only five people would go to immunity. And then I loved that Savannah got the advantage that she did. That advantage rules. Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little overpowered. Her getting to keep the vote after this too.
Not really. I mean, it's just an extra vote. You know what I mean? Like it's
Had
no
that plenty of
different.
times.
Yeah. It's they do that a lot, and it's no different than that. I like the little twist of she could have used it this time. She had no vote. She could use the extra vote because that is one of the rules, right? Like, if you have an extra vote and you say play your shot in the dark, you can use that extra vote to vote.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is essentially she was able to view tribal council and she was able to affect it slightly, although she didn't. And then she could choose if she wanted to vote or not. I think that was a nice twist. If we had been doing the will there be anything new, exciting new twist bet, I would have given counted that.
I think we are. Did we hear that one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did because they're not doing anything new.
Oh, we did number of exciting new twists over under.
Oh,
Oh,
well, I
I'll
count
have
this
to
as
resolve
one.
this one then.
Yeah, cool.
Sweet.
I hope I said yes.
We'll find out later this episode.
Okay. Well, we may find out very soon. Because does anybody have anything else they would like to say?
Hold on. Brian, do you have anything you want to say?
I was gonna be a smartass with your summary, where you said they show no one's dialogue to the camera, but then you did specifically say to give any indication of what the vote will be, because they did show Rizzo going fucking shit. What do I fucking do?
Yeah, because like I was thinking about how oftentimes they will, if they don't want to show you who they voted for, but they said something snappy or whatever, they will show it from behind. But this, they're just like, nah. Yeah, I no. MC did since Andy's still stalling for time, I'll vamp a little bit by saying I think she did a pretty good game. She just played a little too safe, and like I said, like I don't think she was that dominant in challenges. So I don't know. It almost just seemed kind of like, well, this is just an easy, safe choice to make.
She looks like she should be dominant in challenges, and it's scary.
Yeah, she was entertaining though. Yeah.
It's a lot of strength. She's dense. It's the muscle mass makes these endurance things harder for these players.
Yeah. Well, especially
that's why I thought Rizzo was going to do better at this one, but he did not.
The last thing I have to say is when they were doing the challenge, and Savannah was up there, and somebody will do it for Brandon. The first thing I thought of was Joseph Biden.
Yeah.
I was like, oh god, is this gonna be everybody named Brandon for the rest of the time in my head? Probably.
Boy, I can tell where you live.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Fantasy.
Go on, fantasy then.
Who calls him Joseph, you weirdo?
I don't know, man.
Joseph
What do
Robinette.
you live in a red area. What do you call him? The devil?
Yeah, that's pretty much how he goes by here.
Yeah.
Evil incarnate.
Yeah. All right, fantasy. We had two bets. Not fizzle, but two people are out. Brian, you had MC for your pick a winner bet. Okay. She's not in there anymore.
Yeah,
I'm still in it, and Nick is still in it. We also have our.
Remember.
I know. I'm not going to remind you in case you don't want to. In case you want to be a surprise for later. We also have our bet of which players will be on season 50. I had MC and Matt, so I am fully out of this.
Did I pick people?
You picked Shannon and Rizgod.
Oh, okay.
Which
Well,
maybe
definitely not Shannon.
it's possibly.
No.
Yeah, not Shannon, but possibly you still have a chance with the Riz God. I have Matt and MC. Both of mine are out, and I feel like there's no chance for either one of them to come
When
back
did
for
we
50.
do that? I don't
I'm
remember.
pretty
picking.
sure mine have no chance either. So
Oh yeah, Jason and Jake. Yeah, you're also fully out of it. So the only one still in this, I think, is Nick with Riz God.
So if we were doing it today, I would say it's going to be Savannah and Jawan.
I don't know. I feel like Riz God is getting the edit. You might get those points.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Speaking of getting bets, we had our number because you're right. We used to have how long till an exciting new twist. Except Brian kept winning by saying 0, that there would not be an exciting new twist. So we changed it to how many exciting new twists will there be this season, and we set the over under at 0.5. So do you think the season will have an exciting new twist or not? Brian and Nick, you both said under, and I said over. And because we are taking this as an exciting twist, I'm going to take those points. Thank you very much. And I will need them because I came into the week in last place. And spoiler, I'm going to stay in last place even with that bet. Because I have Rizgod, Juwan, and Alex. Rizgod and Juwan each only got me 1 point because all they did was survive post-merge tribal. Actually, yes, they did. Juwan was at tribal. Alex did not go to tribal. I got to fix this. Hold on. Some of these people did not go to tribal, so they do not get that point. Was Sage at tribal? Yes. Sophie with an I was not. Savannah was at tribal, but she survived. Steven was not at tribal. Sophie with an E was at tribal. Okay. Oh, God, I got to fix all these points now. I just got to fix that one. Fix this one. And I think just, fix this one. Okay, so we all so it was symmetrical. We all just lost a point. It would have been fine. Wouldn't have changed anything. Anyway, I have Rizgod, Jawan, and Alex. Rizgod and Jawan each get me 1 point because they survived going to post-merge tribal. And Alex got me 1 point because he went on reward. Also with that 3 points from the bet, that gives me 6 for the week, from bringing me up to 58. Nick, you came in the week in second place with 54 points, and you had Steven, Sophie, and MC. And even though MC got eliminated, you have officially bowled turkey. This is the third episode in a row in which... Yes, you had MC. Oh. This is the third episode in a row in which you have lost one of your players. So you get 3 points for bowling turkey. You get 2 from Sophie because she survived post-merge tribal and got a vote thrown her way that she survived. You want to have players that get votes come their way, but they still survive them because it's kind of like playing with fire. And in this game, fire represents your life. So that is more points. And Steven got you 1 because he ate reward. So that is 6 onto your 54, giving you 60. Brian, you came in first place with 58. You had Sophie, Sage, and Savannah. Sophie 8 rewards, so that's 1 point. Sage survived tribal, so that's 1 point. And Savannah got you 7. All on her own sum this episode. Because she won the individual immunity, 8 reward, got her advantage. I'm going to call it the extra vote, not just winning. I think just winning the challenge, I wouldn't have counted. Like, I would have thought of it as just like an additional reward. But since she pocketed the extra vote, I'm going to count that as securing advantage. She said the episode title, and she... survived going. She was at the tribal and she survived, and we give it to him even for having the immunity. So that is 7. What's up?
She didn't give up her immunity.
That's right. Yeah. She could have. So that's 9 onto your 58, giving you 67. So it's Brian with 67, Nick with 60, and me with 58. And Nick, you have to replace MC, and the only player left is Christina. So she's all yours.
Fine by me. Even though I was calling her Christine this entire time.
Well, she's got an idol in her pocket, and now she has a third of the Christian hat trick.
Yeah, that's true.
You've got one of the harder ones. Sophie has made Jeff laugh this episode. That happened this episode. There was something about getting picked up by your mom or whatever, and then she was and my mom's here, right? And Jeff had a genuine chuckle at that.
That was a good line.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good line, well executed, good timing, and a tense moment. Well done, Sophie. That is one of the hard. I think that is the hardest of the Christian hat trick right now. Win a feast is pretty tough, but Savannah just got that one this episode, so you're not doing too bad there. And I don't have any changes I can make. And now there's Brian. We're stuck with what we're stuck with now. We're down to 9 players. We got what we got.
There's a lot of I just realized there's a lot of California players. Is Sophie one of them? No. Hometown is Maryland and currently lives in New York. So never mind.
Oh, you're Sophie. Sophie is Miami.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Yeah.
That's why we call her Soph. I do like also that they still call them Yellow Soph, like amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what they call them, but Jeff is like, I don't want to say yellow and blue because it's going to lock you guys in. But they're already doing it, Jeff. You can call... It's like when they rename a stadium. Like, No, it's still Candlestick. You can call it whatever the fuck you want.
Well, Jeff also
Well,
can't call her
it's nothing.
Yellow Sophie because she's wearing a black buff right now. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
to the
exactly.
average, like, yeah, they have to treat every it's a dumb thing, but it makes some sense if you think about it. You always have to treat every episode like it's somebody's first episode. And so if you're saying Yellow Sophie, if Jeff is saying Yellow Sophie, then it doesn't make sense to a brand new listener or viewer.
Yep.
Notice
know.
they changed her name to Soph on the intro too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that and I liked that. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah.
I just don't know how much she likes being called Soph. I feel like they forced that on her last episode. I was uncomfortable when that happened.
I mean, honestly, I don't know. Hey, didn't she do some Ask Me Anything or whatever? One of those things on Instagram? You should
I
have
don't
just
know.
said, like, how do you feel about being called Soph instead of Sophie? Do you care?
The only thing I remember seeing her post on Instagram is people asking her for pictures of that fat ass. And her posting her PayPal account.
Yeah, how much did you send?
It's fine.
For one, look, I'm not gonna objectify anyone, but also her ass does not have a fat ass.
Okay, context, Nick, so you don't feel too ashamed. Somebody on TikTok posted a compilation from this season of ass shots of her, right? And it got really popular, this little TikTok video. And she commented, like, I specifically picked those pants to make my booty look good on this season
funny.
Survivor one out there. She acknowledged she chose this, and she thanked production for these shots.
That's interesting because, like, I remember when you sent the screenshot of the joke, her posting her PayPal, which kudos to her, fantastic joke. I was thinking back, I'm like, I don't really remember anything.
Yeah, I don't really horn dog players that much anymore.
You don't?
So I have not been noticing. Or maybe I'm just not an ass man, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, right.
anyway.
If they had Abby out there, you'd be all over it.
Let's do. I like Abby because I like her. She's feisty and awesome. She's fucking great television.
Yeah, she's a crazy person. I miss that much of her. But all right, okay. Well, that's gonna be that for that, for this, for that, for that, for everything. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of a stroke.
Just a little strokey stroke.
a little blood vessel in my brain just kind of burst, and it was like, this for that, for that, for this, for that.
Say goodbye to those neurons.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't need. Look, you only use 10% of your brain. The other 90% is completely pointless.
Yeah. The other 90% is thinking about